Hey guys, it's another video. I'm back. Hopefully you're back. Hello if you're new. It's Santa season, people. First weekend of December, and I thought I'd kick it off by talking about some of my fave films of the season. Hopefully you'll enjoy these films too. Maybe you'll go watch them if you haven't already. So the first film I want to talk about is 2009 Nativity. I mean, this is such an iconic Christmas film from my childhood. I mean, the songs especially live in my soul forever. I mean, I know every word. I will sing them while I watch this film. I don't care. I do not care. Like, just every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish my school nativity was like that. I mean, iconic. Every single sparkle and shine. Just, it's there forever, constantly, all year round. Also, what I love about this film is that you actually do get to see the nativity they do in the film. It's not like in High School Musical where you don't actually see the musical they're doing. You see it at that cathedral and it's just glorious. I mean, fantastic. If I'm being honest, I think I actually knew Martin Freeman from Nativity before I knew him as John in Sherlock. That's just weird to think about, to be honest, isn't it? Like, that's really funny. I knew him as Paul Maddens before I knew him as John Watson. Who knew? I also find it really funny with this film when you watch the kids, like, fair play, like, they're really good for inexperienced, like, not particularly trained kid actors. Like, they do really well for the most part, but sometimes when you watch it, if you watch them in the background, they're just, and like, then they'll realise they need to act. And then they like, they'll pull a face by accident because they don't realise they're in shot. You've got to watch the background. This is one of those films where you need to watch what's going on in the background because it's funnier that way. Of course, Nativity is going to be a little bit cringe. I mean, what Christmas film isn't a little bit cringe? Like, it just wouldn't be a Christmas film without that hint of smidge of cringe in it. You know, the classic, it's Hollywood! Hollywood are coming! I mean, Hollywood is a place, unless they're gonna dig up the entire and carry it. It's people, not Hollywood. I bet, iconic. It's just so iconic, and I watch it every year and I sing along every year, and it just really makes me very happy. And it has a sequel. The sequel is just as good in my opinion, just because it has David Tennant in. I've not watched the third one. Maybe I'll do that. My second film is 2006, The Holiday. I don't know actually if this is technically a Christmas film, but I always watch it around Christmas, and as far as I know, Christmas and New Year happen during the film, therefore I'm claiming it's a Christmas film. Who knew we'd see Jack Black, of all people, in a rom-com? I mean, he's great in it, to be honest. Do you know what? He actually does the role really well. I have to be honest with you guys. I actually prefer The Holiday to Love Actually. I know, blasphemy. But it is just better, okay? Like, there's less people and stories to follow, so you actually, like, make a decent connection with the characters, and the way that all of the stories are connected together is just so much better and more developed, and just makes so much more sense, to be honest. And honestly, it's just a whole lot more wholesome. I mean, who doesn't love a wholesome Christmas film? And The Holiday delivers that. I also like the way that they work with the, like, difference between England and America in it. It's just generally a really good story. I mean, like, it leaves you feeling warm, and it's actually not as predictable as some Christmas rom-coms, which is a nice change, but, like, it also doesn't get old when you watch it for, like, the 5th time. I mean, I've watched it almost every year since I was like 6. It's great. I love it. I need other people to love it. I'm cancelling Love Actually in favour of The Holiday. There, I've said it. Also, Jude Law's there, so you know it's going to be a good one. My next Christmas film is 2011's Arthur Christmas. It's just, Arthur Christmas is just such a great film. I do love me a good animated film, and this one just like hits the spot. There's just something about the opening scenes, like the opening couple of shots, that lets you know you're in for a good time. I don't know, I can't pinpoint it, but just the like going in on the Cornwall little village, and then when they're on the north, like you hear Gwen's voice, it just lets you know you're in for a good time. I also do just love the vibes that Arthur gives off. So like from the various Christmas jumpers, I mean, I'm here for that. And then all the way down to his flipping light up reindeer slippers. Where can I get some of those? I want light up reindeer slippers. He's just so pure, so sweet. I love a lot of the smaller details of this film, but actually what really gets me with this is the elves. Oh my gosh, they are an iconic character. Like, just all of them as a whole, but especially, I've forgotten her name, the one that goes with Arthur on his mission. But I just, with all of them together, I just love the efficiency and the, like, super secret spy vibes, and, like, the whole mission aspect of delivering all the presents. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. I mean, wow. Wow. I love seeing what people think that, like, how Santa can deliver all of his presents in one night, and this one just hits a spot for me. It just, it could be so easy for this film to fall into the, like, classic cliche story around Santa, but I think with this one, it's actually, when you watch it and you really take it in, it's actually quite a subtle dig at the way that Christmas has sort of become monopolised in capitalism. And instead of just being like about the actual meaning of Christmas, like peace, joy, love on earth for all mankind, that kind of thing, but then it brings all that back with Arthur, because he radiates like love and joy, and like he's going out of his way for the one child that he's like, oh my gosh, she's gonna think that Santa doesn't care about her, like no, she needs to get her present. Like, he goes the extra mile for her, and we just love that energy. I mean, yeah, Arthur Christmas just hits different, and I'm really here for it. Now, would it be a Christmas film list if there wasn't at least one Hallmark Christmas film? And the one that is one of my favourites is 2016's A Wish for Christmas. I mean, it's not Christmas. It's not Christmas without at least one good old, predictable, cringy, downright ridiculous film. I mean, there's some comfort in the predictability of these films. I mean, I don't understand Hallmark films because they are all exactly the same. Have the writers just got like some wheels that are like, what does the character do? Where does she work? Why does she go to this place? Who does she go with? Why, like, what's the trouble that happens? Is magic involved? So like with this one, it's like, okay, so spin. She gets a magic wish. She goes on a trip with her boss. Oh my gosh, it's to his hometown. Like, oh, he's had troubles in the past, he's not been home for years. Oh no, something goes wrong with the work, and then they realise they're in, like, it's every single one has it, like, there's a variation of Hallmark films, there's like just 4 different variations, and it's utterly ridiculous, but it's just incredible. You have to appreciate the fact that they've managed to like survive this long with just replicating every film, like, every few years, the same way. I mean, I'm impressed. With this specific film, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's because the main actress is Lacey Chabert, and I I watched Party of Five a few years ago, and like, so I'm like, oh, I like her. So now, and she's in this, so I'm now like, oh, I like this film. It is a good film, in my opinion. In terms of Hallmark films, this one is actually okay. Like, yes, it's cringy, but there's something special about this one. I really can't put my finger on it. I just really enjoy it. It's cringy, but it's not too cringy, and like it's not like the most amazingly well-written film ever, but like it's good. I'm not selling it very well. I feel like you need to just go and watch it yourself. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I can't explain my feelings. I just like it. I just enjoy it. The last film I want to talk about is 2019's Klaus. This film is it's just so sweet, and it really makes my heart feel things. Like, I cry every time I watch this. It definitely deserved the awards it got. It won a BAFTA and it was nominated for an Oscar. I mean, wow. It highly deserved, in my opinion. I said it before, it's very easy for, especially with animated films, to just like follow the cliche route when it's a film based around Santa. But with this one, they very much put a different and a really nice spin on it. Like, it's not explicitly about like Father Christmas or Santa Claus or anything. I mean, like, he goes by Klaus. But it's more about how, with this film, it's more about how the like stories and tales of Santa Claus grow in a way. But it's also, with this film, it's the way that like one thing can bring a community that had been in disarray together. And it's just like the way that the world is such a nicer place when everyone gets along. But it's done in such a special way, and like the way that it's like Klaus is making these presents for the kids because they don't really have anything good in their life, and like it's so pure and it's just so sweet. Yeah, I'm really not doing this film any justice, but it just makes me feel things. Like, it's become one of my favourite Christmas films because it's just so special and really well made and just generally really lovely. Animated films really do just hit different, and I really can't explain it, but this one's something else. This one's a really special one, I think, in my opinion. So that's been some of my favourite Christmas films ready for this holiday season. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you do go and watch some of the films that I've recommended. I hope I didn't offend anyone with my preference of The Holiday over Love Actually. Watch the film and then you can argue with me. Tell me what you think. Tell me some Christmas films, because I'm always looking for recommendations. You can find all of the ones I've mentioned on Netflix, so as long as you've got an account, go wild, I guess. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Actually, why are my glasses steaming up? Yeah. Oh, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Trains, they never stop. They never stop. The Welsh really love their car horns. Flippin' heck. I think I've used my car horn all of once. Can you see that that says #Christmas? I don't think you can. Oh, balls. Yay! Now to me.